All right.
My students face a wide array of problems that are somewhat unique to rural America. They are at the vortex of the opioid crisis. How will you ensure that my students and their community are heard in Washington once you get there?
Wow. Allison, thank you for the amazing question that you just asked, and perhaps picking up on where I left off at Kashmir Gardens Elementary, those children of parents who are addicted to opioids, who have lived through so much trauma and suffering, which no child should have to experience, when they walk in that classroom, that teacher is going to do everything within her power, within his power, to make sure that that kid is whole, not just providing world-class instruction, but so often out of her own pocket, paying for the supplies for that child, paying for that meal if they're on free and reduced breakfast and lunch, and there's not a warm meal for them to look forward to at the end of the day, that teacher's gonna provide that meal. I've met teachers here in Texas who out of their own pocket will ensure when that child shows up day after day in the same pair of jeans, the same t-shirt, the same chones, she buys him a new set of clothes, knowing that his ability to learn is tied to his dignity and to his self-worth. So those teachers who make sure that they're there for those kids who are struggling in households that are riven by addiction and opioid abuse, I want to make sure that we've got their backs. And that means holding the pharmaceutical corporations that have produced this devastation accountable for what they have done. Without justice or accountability, we will continue to have impunity, and the 70,000 drug overdose deaths that we saw last year will continue unabated in this country. And now those parents, they need long-term treatment and recovery care. They are not a problem for the criminal justice system. Let us not put them behind bars. They are an opportunity for the public health system in this country. And I want to make sure that we've got their backs as well. And then those teachers, those educators, struggling under these conditions, providing that kind of wraparound care for every child entrusted within their care. I want to make sure that they can focus on that job, that child in front of them, and not have to work a second or a third job, as so many do, especially here in Texas. That means the right to organize for every educator in every single state in this country. That means a living wage so that you don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. That means that we forgive 100% of your student loan debt if you're willing to dedicate your life to public service. And it means that we invest in HBCUs and minority-serving institutions to ensure that the teachers and the educators in those classrooms look like the students in front of them. Thank you, Allison, for the question.